Hello guys, Kaio here. Today I am with the band JinJer.
Yay!
And
hello everybody!
Hi!
My first question goes out to Eugen, because I know that you speak a little bit German, or you at least understand a bit German. And I want to ask, wie fandest du die Show heute?
Es war wunderbar.
Yeah? Great, perfect. I saw that you play a lot of festivals this summer. And do we have maybe plans for a headliner or co-headliner tour in fall or winter?
Unfortunately not. We have the fall and winter just for the other territories. And we just played around Germany. We played Berlin, we played Cologne, we played Frankfurt and Bochum, if I'm not mistaken. Bochum, yeah. Right, so it was not long ago. I don't see point is coming back so soon, but no worries, Germany is always on our map. So once we release something new, and we will release something new soon, we will definitely have time preserved only for Germany, and we will do not even a few, but quite many shows around Germany for sure.
This month you will also play in the USA, and 2 months or so back you played with Cradle of Filth over there, and over the last years you always constantly toured. So can you explain us the major difference between Ukraine, mainland Europe, and of course the USA, from the point of the crowd, the food, and etc.?
Food.
Oh man, I don't care about the food, because I have very little food, so that's not what I'm living for. So, but the crowd is absolutely amazing. I think that in the US as well as in the UK, it's absolutely gorgeous, and I think we found our fans right there.
Yeah, the biggest difference between the UK and the US, and we put them together because their native language, mother tongue, is English, is that they understand lyrics more and they sing along more. Well, the Germans also sing along a lot.
I know what you mean.
For them it's just easier, and that's why we should just have a bit more of that. Yeah, and as for the other differences, you know, crowds are different everywhere, but they are good in their own way. Yeah. Yeah, Eastern Europeans are absolutely crazy about moshpits, especially the Czech. They can do some absolutely insane things. Yeah, and the Germans maybe a bit reserved, but at the same time very supportive. Crowd today and all the shows before, they were absolutely supportive. And America also was fine, yeah, just in their own way.
Do we have an all-time favorite spot or venue where you say, yeah, that's amazing there because we like the city, we like the culture, we like the venue or something, or are you open-minded about it?
Like in general?
In general, yeah. Because I know some bands, they want always to tour just in UK or just mainland Europe, but never want to visit, for example, Italy.
I really love Germany. I'm really in love with the UK, and I'm really in love with Canada, especially Montreal.
Yeah.
Yes, it felt like we played there for like 100 times already. It really felt like home, man.
That was insane.
That was huge. Yeah.
For me personally, Montreal is definitely in the maybe top 4, top 5 shows ever. It was our debut show there, but it was absolutely insane. Yeah. Absolutely insane. Yes. But on the other hand, I cannot say that I do not enjoy playing in the other places. Even Italy, like, yeah, Italy is a bit
different.
Different. Yeah, it's hard because people can be passive.
Yes, their attention needs to be earned.
Definitely.
And that's the huge challenge, which we can accept actually.
Yeah, absolutely. So once you play in Italy and people really get crazy.
Definitely, they appreciate it if a band comes over there.
It means they appreciate it, and it is worth a lot. It values a lot, really.
I want to talk a bit about your new record, Cloud Factory. You re-released that record because you got the opportunity, and when you self-released that record, the attention was not so much and so big. Would you say now, after the re-release, it was worth it and the record got the attention which it deserves? Yeah.
100%. Sure. We had all those reviews. Yeah, and well, the reaction in the reviews was absolutely expected.
Yeah.
This is the thing which I expected. For sure, King of Everything is a better record because this is the evolution of the band. And Cloud Factory was made long before, and it's not even weaker. It's just different. Maybe it's a
different style.
Yeah, it's a different style. It's groove metal, completely groove metal. No progressive, just a bit of progressive elements. Yeah, but anyway, we're absolutely glad that we had a chance to re-release it, and we had a chance to make people listen to it, because I told it many times before in interviews that for some people it was a big surprise that we had that record. Some people just didn't know we had that album. And with the help of Napalm Records, reissued this, we finally had the opportunity to let this album have the distribution and promotion it really deserves.
Yeah. Can you explain us the title behind Cloud Factory?
Yeah, it's for her.
Oh man, let me remember, because that was like a million years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, but still, like we living like dogs, you know. 1 year for 7. Anyways, well, I remember when I just like went out in some morning, and I saw sky full of clouds, like heavy clouds, colored in different shades, and I was like, oh dude, like this could be like, I know that we used to live in an area that is full of a lot of factories. Yes, it's a huge industrial town.
Yeah.
And I saw like factories like spreading all those like all that clouds, like all those
clouds. Yeah, this is the word. Cloud.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, smoke, and it looked like clouds, like itself. So I was like, oh my God, that's the Cloud Factory. Yeah. Now I know why or where all the clouds came from. So yeah, that was the reason. That album was dedicated to the environmental problems.
Yeah. I remember for sure. I remember perfectly. Actually, I was with you. I remember that moment. We were driving next to a chemical plant. Yeah. Yeah, and it was just spreading the clouds of this chemical exhaustion to the air. And this is exactly that moment when she said this. Oh, it looks like a cloud factory.
Wow.
She just pointed her finger.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. I want to talk about one song of that record. It's called When Two Empires Collide. And if I get it right, it's about the political situation back then in 2011 to 2014. And if you after, I don't know, 4 years later, if you take a look on the song and the political situation, so how is the up-to-date over there, the political situation? Is it still like the song, or does something change?
Nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
Nothing changed. We are still separated from our families, from our parents, brothers and sisters. And man, like it takes enormous strength to overcome all those obstacles, to see your relatives in there. So yeah, no man, I'm still like you have only one chance.
Yeah.
Once a year, you can see
them.
your parents. Yeah, because again, it's all about the bureaucracy, about those passes through.
It's not even, well, it's bureaucracy, but it's also so the abyss between these eastern Ukrainian territories controlled by the separatist movement and the rest of the country. It's just getting wider and wider, and to some extent lyrics which Tatiana wrote when the conflict only started, the lyrics was very, very, it was a real prophecy. Because now things are just getting worse and worse. As Tatiana said, we cannot just go and see our parents, families, and the hatred between both sides is just growing and growing and growing. There is so far, after 4 or 5 years of the conflict, there is no way out. It's just growing. Right. Despite all this common sense, despite all the logics.
Heavy, man. So let's switch to record and talk about King of Everything. Can you tell us a bit the story about the songs Pieces and Just Another? Which are, by the way, my favorite songs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, so first of all, this album is very personal for me, especially like lyrics-wise. And when I was writing lyrics for this album, I was experiencing the like deep depression. So I felt so self-pitying. So I wrote Pisces, like lyrics for Pisces. Eugene helped me with that, and I just gave a hand to myself, like the hand of help. Like, dude, like you just have to.
Drag yourself out of that hole.
Out of darkness.
Yeah. Because we are quite, like Pisces are quite sensitive people, and we cannot stand this rough world.
Reality.
Yes. So we drew our own, and if we are talking about Just Another, the same, man. Like that song was about forgiveness and letting go of every single like shitty event you had in your life, and it's kind of also like a cheer up song for me. It's all about me, like, you know. But I hope that those songs would or will help like everyone else who suffers from, I don't know, from anything.
Add a bit of this. It's interesting that she says, Mr. Alan Wright. It's interesting how she now just saying that it's all about her. But when I first heard lyrics for Just Another, I knew the situation. I knew what she wrote about. But I was just listening to her recording vocals in the studio, and I was just thinking, damn, is it really only about her or all about all of us, actually? And just getting back to Pisces, I remember the day she sent me most of the lyrics, like maybe 2/3 of the lyrics, and she just told me, "Oh, Eugene, I just cannot finish this. Can you help me with this?" And I started, and the song is, she was writing about herself. And I read through this, and I started writing about her. And I look, but it's not over yet. I started writing about her, but by the last line, I just read through things I wrote, and I understood that in fact I wrote not about her, but about me.
It was like kind of like a mirror.
Yeah, I just. I wanted to write about her, but no, I wrote about myself. And that was that moment, you know, like how we call this, catharsis.
Yeah.
Then when I wrote those 5-6 lines, and I just sat back on the chair, and I just had this sign, and damn. Well, it's just, for me personally, those 5-6 lines were sort of self-confession. Yeah, it was really, you know, I needed this.
Yeah.
I really needed this. Yeah.
Do you have similar topics for your new record? Are there any ideas up?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows but me.
Yeah, only
I
her.
cannot tell you, yeah.
Only her. Because we have music.
Yeah.
We composed several songs, but nobody. Same. It was absolutely the same situation. Almost the same situation for King of Everything. Yeah, we had a few songs.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We had several songs for which I wrote the lyrics, but just a few, like 2 songs. Yeah, and the rest of material we just heard for the first time when she was recording vocals in the studio. We never heard any single word.
Yeah.
Never saw any single word on the paper. So just it was complete surprise, and it's gonna be a complete surprise again.
Yeah, because I'm constantly reaching a deadline and then giving a surprise, because I'm all about this, like surprising people.
But do we have some time after tour when you know, all right, let's go back to the studio, we have to work on it, and because the deadline is somewhere in winter and the new record is maybe coming out next spring?
It's not in winter, it's in the autumn.
Or the autumn?
Yeah, we already started working on songs. Well, like we have songs pre-recorded, a few songs, and we gave it to Tatiana, and we're still working on some more songs, and we go to studio to record new songs in the September. Just in a few months. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, thank you guys. You answered all my questions, and if you anything want to say or to share to our viewers, you can do it now.
Oh, dude, like just I have only one piece of advice. Dudes, come on and think outside of a box. Yeah. Whatever you understand, like I don't know, yeah, outside the box. That's the reason why we are here. Like, be special, be original.
And yeah, well, I would add that especially for Germany, with all my love, ich liebe Deutschland. Yeah, but anyway, with all my love to Germany, I have to say that German metal fans are a bit reserved, so you just need to be more open-minded. Explore the world. We are living now in 2018, so there are so much in metal music. Just be more open-minded. Accept new styles, new genres. You will enjoy it, believe me.
Nice. Thank you.